to the 23rd episode in our AI and You podcast series. Today is Wednesday, December 9th, 2020, and I'm your host, Vicar Saidi. I'm a computer scientist and engineer, a lecturer, and a consultant. I'm also the author of several books. My most recent book is about artificial intelligence and is titled The Genome Affair. The Genome Affair is a work of speculative fiction. It examines what the world might be like if some of the more extraordinary capabilities forecast to be realized in AI over the next 20 to 30 years were actually realized today. Given the growing list of frightening existential threats humankind now faces, the book pays particular attention to the impact AI is expected to have on world affairs. The book is available in ebook format for those who prefer to read on a digital device, but it's also available in a high-quality paperback edition. The Genome Affair is available on Amazon, so I hope you'll take the time to read it and to leave a review. Book reviews are very helpful for writers. I'm available to give talks on artificial intelligence and its related technologies, and on the impact AI is expected to have, or is already having, on our world. If you'd like to get in touch with me to arrange a web-based event or consulting meeting with your company or organization, you can find my contact info in the podcast notes below. And now, on to today's podcast. In our last podcast, episode 22, I spoke about the complex and nuanced relationship between artificial intelligence and human intelligence. In today's podcast, episode 23, I'll be talking about the recent extraordinary announcement from the artificial intelligence company in London, DeepMind. Let's get started. In an announcement that stunned the scientific community in late November 2020, the UK artificial intelligence company DeepMind announced in the prestigious scientific journal Nature that they had solved one of the most complex and challenging problems in biology, the problem of protein folding. Finding a solution to this 50-year-old dilemma was considered the holy grail in the field of biology. Since 1994, there has been a biannual competition called the Critical Assessment of Protein Structure Prediction, or CASP. In 2018, DeepMind's AI agent, AlphaFold, won this competition by a comfortable margin. But in 2020, the second generation of their AlphaFold AI agent produced results that were well beyond anyone's expectations. DeepMind dramatically outperformed 100 other teams in the CASP competition. It was a stunning outcome, given that many biologists and scientists in the field had begun to give up, resigned in their belief that there was no solution to the protein folding dilemma. DeepMind's second-generation AlphaFold artificial intelligence agent promises to revolutionize this long, vexing problem, and hence accelerate drug discovery and development. Further, once biologists and scientists understand these protein structures, this new knowledge can change the way we understand the natural world. Let's briefly go over the biological basis of the discovery. Amino acids form three-dimensional structures known as protein folding, and although we've identified over 200 million proteins, and although we have the ability to produce synthetic proteins, the ability to accurately determine the shapes of these proteins has remained elusive. Without an understanding of their shapes, drug discovery and development have remained exceedingly challenging. It can typically take the examination of 10 to 12,000 molecules before one is identified as a suitable therapy that can proceed to clinical trials, and the overall drug development process can take upwards of 10 years. The current cost of this process can easily surpass $1 or even $2 billion. Human proteins can often fold hundreds of amino acids in an exponentially large number of combinations and permutations, something in the range of 10 to the power 300. The resulting shape of the protein will determine whether it catalyzes a chemical reaction, becomes an organism's scaffolding, or transports molecules into and out from the cell. Additionally, misshaped proteins cause many deadly diseases, while also playing a role in aging. The ability to accurately predict these protein structures from their amino acid sequences is an unprecedented advancement in the life sciences and in medicine. It has the potential to drastically accelerate efforts to understand the building blocks of cells and enable quicker and more advanced drug discovery. Proteins, it turns out, are the key building blocks of life. They are intimately involved in every biological process. In fact, cancer can be traced to an overproduction of proteins, while our body's metabolism is regulated by a protein called insulin. Structure is function is an axiom in the molecular biology community. Proteins are also responsible for most of what happens inside cells, and the behavior of a protein is determined by its three-dimensional shape. Proteins tend to adopt their shape without help, guided only by the laws of physics. Drugs developed by the pharmaceutical industry work by attaching a protein in a particular place, thereby altering or disabling its function. For example, the 3D structure of the coronavirus spike protein enables it to bind to receptors in our noses. In the future, knowing a protein's shape may enable scientists to identify optimal binding sites and make it easier to synthesize therapeutics. Nevertheless, a great deal of complexity remains, and there is still much to learn, since many interactions in the human body remain beyond our understanding. Still, DeepMind's artificial intelligence agents, AlphaFold's impact on biology represents a significant paradigm shift. As 2020 draws to a close, we are likely to see the publication of over 20,000 scientific papers discussing the role of AI in this branch of science. In 2021 and the years to follow, we can expect this rate in publications to expand by 40 to 50% in each subsequent year. André Lupas, an evolutionary biologist at the Max Planck Institute for Development Biology in Tübingen, Germany, believes AlphaFold's achievement is revolutionary and transformative. DeepMind's agent has also helped Lupas find the structure of a protein that has eluded his Max Planck team for a decade. DeepMind's 2018 performance at CASP startled many scientists in the field, since CASP has long been the purview of small academic groups. Janet Thornton, a structural biologist at the European Molecular Biology Laboratory, European Bioinformatics Institute in Hingston, UK, and a past CASP assessor, had begun to believe that the protein folding dilemma might not be solved in her lifetime. She now hopes that DeepMind's approach will help shine a light on the function of the thousands of unsolved proteins in the human genome, and even make sense of disease-causing gene variations that differ between people. Many scientists now believe that AlphaFold's findings will be incredibly disruptive to the protein structure prediction field. They expect many scientists will leave this field since the core problem has now been solved. They see it as a breakthrough of the first order, certainly one of the most significant scientific results of our lifetime. AlphaFold's performance in the CASP competition is undoubtedly a seminal event in DeepMind's short history since they were founded in 2010, and is the most impactful achievement for the company's artificial intelligence program. DeepMind's stated mission is to solve intelligence, and to use that to solve everything else. It seems they are well on their way towards achieving general artificial intelligence, and using this to solve even more extraordinary problems. Thank you for spending some time with me. I'm trying to follow the TED Talk format, and so I'm keeping these podcasts under 20 minutes. Let me know what you think. I hope you'll find these insights into artificial intelligence helpful, and I hope you'll read my new book, The Genome Affair. It's on Amazon. Until next time then, this has been the AI and You podcast with author Vicar Saidi.